Hello again. Welcome back to our channel. I have been receiving many requests from viewers to address the growing situation of foreign men coming to the Philippines, then being taken to the cleaners, only to be left destitute and poor. It's the girls that they flew halfway around the world to meet. They thought they loved them and even worshipped the ground they walked on, but they left them in a heartbeat. I think it prudent to address why these girls are actually portraying that they love these men so much. We must realize that there are psychological and socioeconomic factors at play, which will determine why girls in a first world country will not be interested in these men. But the girls in the Philippines flock to them as if they are Brad Pitt. This is a difficult and sensitive subject, and I'll speak to you candidly and with compassion, like a friend who wants what's best for you. Let's be honest with each other. You're in a relationship with a much younger, beautiful Filipina woman. You're likely in your 50s or 60s, and she's in her 20s. She's vibrant, full of life, and she says the right things. You might feel lucky, like you found someone different from the others. You might even believe she truly loves you. But here's the truth. You love her, but she doesn't love you, not the way you love her. That's a hard thing to accept, but it's crucial. She may be fond of you. She may care for you as someone who helps her, who gives her stability, and who treats her kindly. But fondness is not love. Love is about mutual emotional and physical connection. And no matter how much you want to believe it, deep down you know, if you had nothing, no foreign passport, no money, no resources, she would not be with you. She didn't choose you because of your soul. She chose you because of your status and opportunity, not because of deep attraction or passion. She has her own needs, physical, emotional, sexual, and they don't disappear. You're not her age. You don't have her energy, her libido, her hunger for adventure. Whether or not she says it, she still desires someone who understands her generation, her music, her rhythm of life, and yes, someone she's physically attracted to. You may feel you're enough, but eventually, you won't be. Some women in these situations do have side relationships. Maybe it's someone her age, someone local, someone she really connects with. You may not catch it right away, but it happens. A lot more than older men like to admit. She may stay quiet because you're useful, because you pay the rent, because you send money to her family. That's not love. That's a deal. And deals fall apart when the benefits shift. You're walking into heartbreak. You may think, but she's different. I hear that from men all the time. And every time, those men are the ones most blindsided when things fall apart. The truth is, you're not the exception. You're the rule. Right now you may feel seen, wanted, even young again. But this illusion will wear off. And when it does, you'll be left not just heartbroken, but humiliated. So what should you do? Be honest with yourself. What is this relationship really based on? Don't mistake comfort or politeness for love. Many people can pretend when it's convenient. Protect your heart and your finances. Don't marry. Don't send large amounts of money. And don't build castles on sand. Final thought. You deserve love. Real love. From someone who looks at you with admiration, desire, and connection, not calculation. That's hard to find, especially across such a large divide in age, culture, and life stage. But it's better to be alone than to live a lie. You may think you're happy now, but real happiness isn't built on pretending someone loves you when in truth, they're just surviving. Here is the reasons you may overlook. 1. Relative socioeconomic status and survival motivations. In developed countries, a man with an average income is typically not perceived as exceptionally valuable by younger women. Most young women in these regions are economically independent or have social safety nets, education, healthcare, government support. They don't need to rely on a partner for survival or upward mobility. In contrast, in developing countries like the Philippines, an older foreign man, even with a modest income by his country's standards, can represent significant financial security, stability, and opportunity. To many young women, this can be pragmatically attractive, especially in communities where economic mobility is limited. Key psychological mechanism: Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Those with unmet basic needs, shelter, safety, resources, are more likely to make pragmatic romantic choices based on resource access. 2. Cultural conditioning and romantic ideals. In Western societies, youth-centric ideals and feminist movements have empowered young women to prioritize emotional compatibility, shared values, physical attraction, and peer age group preference in romantic partners. Many are taught, socially and via media, that older men pursuing young women are creepy, exploitative, or desperate, especially if there's a visible disparity in power or attractiveness. Contrast: in the Philippines or similar cultures, age gap relationships are normalized, and older men may be perceived as more loyal, stable, experienced, and less likely to play games. Romantic compatibility is often reframed as practicality and security over chemistry alone. 3. Social perception and judgment. In first world societies, women are more sensitive to peer judgment and social image. A 20-year-old woman dating a 55-year-old man may be viewed with suspicion or ridicule, potentially impacting her self-image and peer acceptance. In many parts of the developing world, particularly in rural or lower income communities, a relationship with an older foreigner may enhance a woman's status, not degrade it. She may be seen as having succeeded by securing a stable future. Cognitive bias at play. Social proof and conformity bias. We mirror the expectations of our cultural group. 4. Sexual strategy theory. Evolutionary psychology. In general, older men may be seen as having resources and protection, traits that women in resource-scarce environments find evolutionarily valuable. However, in resource-rich societies, women can afford to focus on youth, physical fitness, social status, emotional resonance, and shared lifestyle goals, traits not always associated with older partners. Mentality of a 20-year-old woman in each environment. Developed nations. He's old enough to be my dad. He's not particularly rich or powerful. Why would I? What will my friends, sure family think? I have time to explore and date people closer to me in age. Emotional and sexual autonomy is prioritized. Developing nations. He can offer me a better life. He looks kind and isn't playing games. He might take care of me and my family. A foreigner means opportunity, maybe travel, better healthcare, or education. Security and future building are prioritized. Ethical and psychological caveats. These dynamics can sometimes create power imbalances or transactional relationships masked as romance. Consent, mutual respect, and transparency are critical. Cross-cultural relationships can succeed when built on honesty, not economic leverage alone. Exploitation risk exists in both directions. Some men seek control, some women seek only visas or remittances, but many relationships still grow into genuine companionship. Conclusion. In summary, an older average man may be ignored or scorned by younger women in first world countries due to egalitarian values, strong social independence, cultural norms against large age gaps, low relative socioeconomic appeal. In contrast, similar women in developing countries may respond positively because the man represents upward mobility and stability. Age is associated with loyalty and seriousness. Cultural norms are more accepting of such dynamics. Basic economic needs and future security are deeply motivating. Thanks again for watching. I hope that this can help some of the men who are thinking of coming to the Philippines. Please be careful. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.